Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 46 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Blaze Inferno. If you're new to the show, hello, and thanks for coming by. And if you're returning listener, it feels like it's been a minute. But welcome back. You know what I mean? Welcome back. We here. We got a good one here for you today. Today, we're recording this podcast on October 26th, man. So we got 2 more days until like everything drops, man. Resident Evil, Modern Warfare 2. But we got a real good one here today, man. And of course, I got my boy Eknight117 with me here, man. Tell him what's up, man. Shout out your shit. Do what you do.
It's me, Eknight117. And you can find my stuff at twitch.eknight1117 or on Couch Combat over on YouTube. Also Couch Combat over on Instagram. And what's up?
Yes, sir. And you already know who I am.
Who are you?
It's your boy Blaze X Inferno.
Where am I? Where the fuck am I? Where is this place?
Your boy Blaze X Inferno.
Why am I chained to a wall?
Yo,
what do the numbers mean, Mason?
You tell me.
I don't fucking know.
That's why you're here, man. You tell me.
The numbers mean, Mason.
Nah, but you already know what it is. Your boy Blaze X Inferno. You can find me on everything at Blaze X Inferno. You know what I mean? Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, which I'm trying to be more active on. And of course, Twitch at twitch.tv/BlazeXinferno, where I stream like 7 days in a row, or at least just this week. By the time this podcast comes out, hopefully I will have fulfilled that. This podcast comes out at to me, a good but strange time, because, what we really want to talk about is that Modern Warfare 2. But, since me and my boy E-Night did both pre-order our copies, we got early access to the campaign, which we'll talk about a little later. But we all play Call of Duty for the fucking multiplayer. So, unfortunately, on this podcast, there will be no multiplayer talks. Just because honestly, even if we did, let's say, record on Saturday, game comes out on Friday, record on Saturday, I feel like it's not enough time to really.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, it's just not enough time. So, plus we got a lot to talk about, man. This one's gonna be a pretty husky episode. But I wanted to start it off, like how we used to do it. What you been playing lately, man?
Let's see. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring and finished Dead Space 2 again. Been playing a little bit of Halo, of course. Some Sieg and some Gundam.
Wow, you're still playing Gundam, man.
Yeah.
I gotta congratulate you on that, man.
Oh yeah, and I was playing Overwatch.
Of course. You know what I mean? Almost done Elden Ring?
I don't know. That game is huge as fuck.
It's facts.
Last time I streamed it, I've made it to another underground area where there's a bunch of giant bugs, and an ant hit me so hard it crashed my PC and restarted it.
That's good shit.
That's the true Elden Ring experience. So,
damn.
I don't fucking know.
Still, so how do you feel about Gundam? Still, now
Evolution. It's pretty much how I felt when it came out. It's good. I just hate the progression system. I hate that I don't have all the characters unlocked yet, even after having this shit for like almost a month and a half.
It's been almost a month.
Yeah, and I've only unlocked one dude. And that's because they gated off all the points you need to unlock characters without paying for them in the battle pass. So you need about almost 2,000 capital points to unlock a character, and even with challenges, you only get like maybe 100 per week. And the battle pass will give you a total of 2,000. So yeah, they need to fix that to where you're earning capital points, even if at a small rate, after each match.
Yeah,
Because
seems like progression is going to be the theme of today. I mean,
yeah, it falls in the trappings of it's a free to play game, so it's gonna have shitty monetization usually,
yeah,
and it's just this is how they're doing it. People were calling it pay to win. I don't necessarily agree because there is a way to unlock characters without having to pay. It's just super fucking grindy. Like, I don't know. It's to me, they could tweak the system, make it easier to unlock dudes, and then it'll be fine. Like, I don't know why games feel like they have to especially hero shooters have to lock characters behind a semi paywall. Because for the most part, I want to play your game. I want to play all the characters and heroes and shit. So making it unnecessarily hard for me to gain access to those characters in the hopes that I'll get frustrated and just swipe my credit card doesn't make me want to keep playing your game.
Now, this is what I wanted to ask you. You just said, you want to play the game, you want to have fun playing the game, but do you want to spend money on their game?
The only money I've spent on the Gundam was for the Battle Pass. And that's because
I'm just talking about in general. Do you want to spend money on the game? Yeah.
That's gonna be a case by case basis. Let me give you an example. Gundam, I like the themes and aesthetic of because it's giant super robots.
Yeah.
And if I compare it to Overwatch, I don't think I spent any money in.
Yeah.
Like, I bought the game day one when it came out before they did this pseudo re-release shit. And I spent zero money on loot boxes, never bought any event items. I just liked playing the game.
Okay.
And the thing with that is that because it was $60 purchase, I never had to unlock a hero or anything.
Yeah, everything just came straight
It just
out.
came straight up, and then I would just play it, and then we would just play it.
Mm-hmm.
So them going free to play, me not migrating my account over, I have to re-unlock all the majority of the heroes. It's not as bad as Gundam's, but I think that the reason for that is because they have a lot more characters, and Gundam just came out.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing is that I can't play what's her name until I get to a certain level in the battle pass. And I don't understand why they put her like all the way up there. Like usually when they lock shit, like I'll give you an example. Battlefield 2042, they put their new operators, which essentially is a fucking hero shooter style dude, like level 5 in the battle pass. Halo Infinite has a track record of putting the new armor core like level 5 in the battle pass. Rainbow Six Siege will let you unlock the character that comes out with the new season 2 weeks after the season's launch.
Yeah, with the renown and shit.
Which you can argue is a bit pay to skip type of shit. Because
that's Ubisoft, so
it's like if you're gonna buy the battle pass, you get them, and that's a good thing because you don't have to buy them separate from the battle pass.
Yeah.
But I think Overwatch 2 putting fucking what's her name, Kiriko, like what
55.
Yeah, bro. I don't like. I like Overwatch gameplay in general, but like I'm not grinding that shit out.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
by the time I get that bitch, it'll be like 6 months from now. So
No. I asked you that because again, that's going to be the theme with a lot of things that we talk about today, but specifically just on this podcast when we talk about free to play games.
mhm.
You know, that's the three things. You know what I mean? I want to play a game. I want to have fun.
Mhm.
But do I want to spend money? So I just wanted to get your mind thinking about that.
Well,
You know what I mean? So
the
just leave that thought there for a minute. Just leave it
well,
there.
I was gonna say, check this out for an example. When Halo Infinite dropped, I spent money.
Yeah, because
But that was under the expectation I was gonna have more fun later down the line because Forge and all that shit. So I have no problem. Personally, I have no problems dropping money in free to play games so long as they are fun, gameplay wise,
All right.
and I have a reason to. If there's any pay to win mechanics, and I do mean pay to win, like you can only get this thing if you pay for it, not
Yeah.
like any other way. Because to me, there's like it's pay to win or pay to skip, and pay to skip is essentially just throwing money in it so you don't have to progress through any type of progression system to unlock a certain character or some shit.
Yeah.
Versus pay to win where it's completely locked out unless you pay money. I was like, these games lean towards pay to skip. It's kind of like a thin shield to hide behind. And it's like a fine line between being a pay to win game and not being a pay to win game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I just want to, and this goes for the viewers too. I'm asking him that question. Also asking you guys the question because, again, that'll be the theme that we'll be moving on when we get into our next conversation. But what have I been playing? I've been playing, spooky season, so I've been playing Resident Evil. We beat Resident Evil 3 on stream. Yesterday, we beat Resident Evil Revelations on stream. I didn't think we were going to do it. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, that shit was fucking annoying.
Yeah, that final boss was like, and you got to understand, like, those controls are like low key terrible. Like, they are bad, dog. Like, they are bad controls. You got to think it's essentially like Resident Evil Revelations 1 is essentially a 3DS port. It is a 3DS port to, PS3, PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. So it doesn't control the best. And that was what was stressing me out with that final boss was just it's like the controls aren't intuitive enough for this. You know what I mean? You want me to have like this perfect dodge, but the dodge system in that game is like RNG. Like it just does it when it wants to sometimes. Like
Jesus Christ.
you won't even mean it like in the manual that the game gives you, like in the in-game manual, it tells you during the tutorial, press forward and B at the same time to dodge. But if you press forward and A, it works. But if you just press straight up forward, it also works. So it's like I don't even think they know how the fuck the dodge system works.
I think because you're playing on a Switch, it's just a port.
Yeah, it's a port of a port. Yeah, that's what I think it is too. But it's still pretty fucking bad, dog. Because I played the game on PS3 before when they originally ported it over from the 3DS, and same issue. So
yeah,
the controls are
3DS. I think they usually take advantage of the stylus. It's like aiming and shit.
I don't think that game did it at all, to be honest. Like to be real, yeah, I don't think it did.
That might be bad.
I think it was just like for fucking like puzzles and shit.
Because like fucking what's it called? Metroid on the DS, like the Hunters game took advantage of that. You would aim with the fucking stylus and move around with the left joystick. But they didn't have like they didn't have two joysticks like every other controller.
Yeah, so. No. Revelations on the 3DS, because I've played the 3DS version. I have the 3DS version. It's just like Resident Evil 5 or 4, where when you aim, you can't move.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you only use that, that
Oh,
little
so there's no
joystick
reason
on
to
there.
like.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
That's whack.
yeah, we beat that last night. That was crazy. That boss fight is insane. That boss fight is just insane. That dude's loop, that like health pool is crazy.
This is why I want you to play Elden Ring again, because it was funny as shit hearing you rage out.
Yeah, I was pissed off, dog. I was pissed off.
Look,
But on my spare time when I'm not streaming, I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk, which I think we talked about a little bit on the last
yeah,
podcast.
you got back into it with everybody else after the anime.
Well,
dropped.
I just watched the anime.
Oh, really?
I actually wanted to let y'all know. Yeah, I mean, I remember when we first started this podcast, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna talk about movies and TV and all that shit. But I don't really watch a lot of movies or TV. But last Sunday I was off of work and I actually just binge watched all of fucking Edge Runners, dog. I binge watched all that. I finished off She-Hulk. And I watched Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So I'm getting up there, man.
How'd you like Edge Runners?
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I just initially was just watching it just because I finished Doctor Strange. I finished She-Hulk. I was like, all right, what's next to watch?
You like She-Hulk?
I did.
Okay.
I did, man.
I've been hearing all mixed types. Some people think it's dumb. Some people think it's great.
Because it's inherently a sitcom, and this is the thing I really like about what Disney is doing with their IPs. Number one, because you gotta think, man. Like, I think it's in the show notes. It's probably not, but this is what kind of kills IPs or even networks is when they have all of these different IPs, but they do literally nothing with them. And it's just like to see Disney kind of just try different things. Like you see WandaVision was trying to be like that old classic, like
Sitcom?
80s, 90s sitcom.
Oh, okay.
But it was still pretty goddamn serious. It was still very serious of a show. This is like full on just like sitcom. Like this shit's gonna have you laughing and it's very fun. It's very entertaining. It's very like woman friendly too. Like it's like very woman empowering. I think that's why a lot of people don't like it. You know what I mean? Because she's just she's She-Hulk, man. It's I thought it was good, man. I thought it was good. I think it was bad.
I ain't watched it, so I have no idea. So
I did think the ending was kind of fucking whack. Like I think a lot of people kind of hyped up that ending, but overall, like I liked it. Hey man, it brought back Daredevil, and so hey, like one good thing. There's got to be at least one good thing that came out of it, and it was that. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I thought it was dope. Doctor Strange was cool. A little dragged out of a movie. That's kind of like the MCU issue is, we got to do so much. We got a 2 hour and 10 minute movie when we could have really just brought that time down to about an hour 40, hour 37. You know what I mean? But, good movie nonetheless. They're doing a lot with the MCU, and I enjoy that. And Edge Runners, dog, very good. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I ended up like binge watching it because I was just like, this is really good, and it's putting me in my feelings. And when it ended, it broke my heart, and I had to kind of think about life real quick. And we're gonna be spoiler free with it, because I want you guys to go watch it and stuff like that. But prepare to feel, man. Like prepare to feel like this. This ain't the field trip you think you're going on, dog. You know what I mean? I did not see that shit. That shit went like completely left. I was like, whoa. But this is a lot of people's entry point into Cyberpunk. Ever since that anime came out, a lot of people been playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Um, you
it's
know,
funny. A lot of people were and this is the weird thing is that like a lot of people are enjoying the game now, and it's just weird to see how when we played it when it first came out, it was just kind of shit.
yeah. Well, it's just like how I tweeted, man. It's like, um, there's a lot of people who shame. There's weirdos out there who shame people for getting into things through existential media, like through a different means other than the source material. So it's like if you got in a Witcher 3 because you watched the Witcher show, they claim you're not like a real Witcher fan, which whatever, man. Like it's just like I tweeted, like
It's however you get into it. Like
yeah,
I
like,
got
like
into D&D through a friend, but I know plenty of people got into D&D because of Critical Role and watching their live streams. Like
yeah,
there's like if there's more than one way to enjoy a franchise or an IP or something like that, then just let them enjoy it how they
yeah,
enjoy it. Like
exactly. Like
fucking people enjoy Gundam by building the fucking figurines. Some of those people don't even watch the
yeah,
show. They
they
just
never
probably
even
think,
seen that shit. They just
yeah,
think the
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 things are
gunpla's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's just weird, like people were gatekeeping, like, oh man, you
That's
should have
just
been there from the beginning. It's like,
just
no,
nerds on the internet, man.
no, you should not have been there from the beginning. I think Cyberpunk is in the best state it's ever been, and it's going to be because I think they're kind of just done with it after this DLC. They already confirmed that they're
They're working on the
working on the
next one.
second game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, they kind of have to because I can't like even with all the updates they made to it, it still looks a bit janky.
I like
Like
it a lot still, and it runs. See, like I've been playing it since February before the anime. Oh, I should relax, yo. I was a day one
yeah, I beat that
PS4
shit.
player.
I was gonna make a
Unfortunately,
whole review on it, but it depressed the hell out of me, so I didn't.
yeah,
Cause
yeah, I remember that.
that shit was like, the story was good, but how they did it kind of sucked. I don't know. It reminded me more of Mass Effect 3.
The whole game was good. It just you couldn't fucking enjoy it properly because it decided when it wanted to work by itself. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to turn this into another cyberpunk conversation because we have plenty of fucking episodes where we talk about cyberpunk. Plenty of.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be one of them. This is just me just basically saying stop fucking gatekeeping, let people enjoy shit because when that game came out it was a fucking mess, dog. Like it was not an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, and they
You
lied
could
about a lot of shit
yeah,
too, which was like they took down off wall running. Which like right before the what's it called,
the launch.
the launch, which I was kind of disappointed about, but I was like, all right, there's probably still gonna be a bunch of other shit, and then the shit they showed off in the trailer, and then the shit there's like you could hack people with the wire augmentation thing.
Yeah.
Like directly link up with them. You can't do that shit. You can just
Yeah,
slap them
nah.
with that, and it's like
You
a
just
full.
yep.
It's
Melee
and
weapon.
they also pulled like an anthem, like the tech demo thing they showed off in one of the E3s before the COVID times. Fucking was literally like it just ran. It was super smooth. Everything was cool, and then turns out that was a whole like just small. It wasn't like they just took a part of the game and just put it in a little thing. It's like they built that from the ground up just for that demo. So like there was a lot of shady shit going on with management, and there was a lot of fucking. And then of course the pandemic happened, and it probably just made things worse. And
Agree.
I think in terms of open world RPGs, we're not any stranger to having bugs and the occasional game breaking bug. Like we played Skyrim, played Oblivion, played Fallout. There's bugs in all those games. Sometimes they fucking just break the game. Sometimes they're
Yeah.
just funny. Cyberpunk was filled with a bunch of goofy bugs and a lot of just like immersion breaking bugs, and then a lot of just oh, my game just crashed.
Yeah,
I'm blue screening now. That's not good. Like, it's
but
day
that
one.
second one is
Cyberpunk was
so
trash.
that second one is so important because the immersion of that game is like the most important part. Like that game tries its best to immerse you in its world as V. You know what I mean? That's the thing I always like tell people about that game. Like it does a Halo Reach where the story isn't so much about you. It's more about, you know,
It's about Night City.
yeah, it's about Night City and
Yeah.
everybody in it and stuff like that. That's why I really enjoyed the anime. Like a lot of people kind of I didn't see a lot of like reviewers like talk about that, but like that's the main premise of that anime is like to see the effects of that city and the corporations and what they have on the people that live in it.
Yeah.
Like that's like a big theme in the anime, and it blows that shit up like to 110 in the anime versus the game. It's like it's kind of like the main objective, like corporations evil, but in the anime, it's just like I mean they blow that shit up like like the corporation bad, like they bad as fuck, dog.
I
You know what I
mean, like,
mean?
yeah, like everyone is fucking like double crossing everybody. It's
Yeah,
fucking wild. But on the point of open world games, this is kind of like this is probably gonna be a small little breaking news story. Fallout 76 had an update yesterday, and now
yeah.
people can't launch the game.
Oh shit.
I know this because I bought it and I wanted to check out what was different with it, and now I can't play it. So,
I have to
fu-
try. Fuck.
fun little news story. I don't know. Right now, it's just PC issue, but I don't know if it's also on console as well.
Mm.
But yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Fallout 76. We ain't gonna talk about that because that's again we could do a whole
It's
podcast
another
on that.
open world
Yeah.
RPG
Um,
asset flip game.
but if you're
Man,
enjoying Cyberpunk, good because again, it was not very enjoyable when it came out, especially on last gen. Like I see a lot of my friends are playing it
oh
on
my
last
god,
gen now, and they're actually they can actually play it, which is good. Um,
last gen or this
I,
gen?
last gen.
Oh,
PS4 and shit.
I thought they just
I've been
stopped.
playing the PS5 version since it came out in February, and like I said, been enjoying it. I kind of speed ran it when I played it initially when the game first came out because I just wanted to beat it, just so I can beat it. But this time I'm doing like every little thing in that city, and I'm
See,
having a
I
great time
that's what
doing
I
it.
did when I first played it. I went everywhere. I did everything. I enjoyed a lot of the side quests when they were working.
Yeah, man, maybe you should
It's
dive back in when you get a chance,
Nah, I'm
man.
good.
Uh,
It's
All
one of
right.
those games where I can only really play that once.
I
It's not
see.
like Skyrim to me because like the build I'm gonna do is probably the build I'm gonna play every single fucking time.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's There's not much for me to explore because I've already done everything the first time around. I'm sure there's a bunch of extra shit they added in since, but even when the DLC comes around, I'm probably not gonna play it.
I feel you. I feel you. But
But
yeah, man,
I'll try it
that's
out. Try out the second one whenever that comes out.
mm. So yeah, that's what I've been getting into. But I've also been playing another game, which is going to be, as you can tell, the title of this whole episode. I've been playing another game. I'm playing the shit out of it ever since it dropped on October 4th. I've been running this game crazy. On stream over at twitch.tv/BlazeXinferno. Shameless plug. And that game will be Overwatch 2, man. Overwatch 2, dog.
Yep. You mean
Overwatch
Overwatch
motherfucking 2.
1.5?
Overwatch 1.3, really. It's honestly 1.3. It's
It's
honestly just a shop update. It's a
They
shop
took away
update.
the loot boxes and put in like
Yeah,
overpriced skins.
So let's start from the beginning, and then we'll get into everything else afterwards, right? So initial vibe getting in. If you were one of those lucky people to watch that night, because we you know they came out, we were super excited. I had a whole squad I was running with. Shout out Prosperous, Kale, everybody, Dr. Kai's, Dayla, everybody, man. There's a lot, too many fucking people to name were there. Elf Coffee's trying to get in there with us. Everybody's trying to get in there with us. But day one, man, the game came out. It came out at a weird time too. So they closed down Overwatch 1 at like 4 in the morning, at least on the East Coast. And it came out at 3 p.m. That day on the East Coast. I had everything downloaded by 3:10. Load the game up, get in there. It takes me to the tutorial screen. Do you want to do the tutorial? I click yes. It says connection server's been lost. I said, oh, okay. No big deal. You know, this launch day. Gonna have some server issues. Queue back up. I'm in the server. See that I'm what was it? 200,000th place in a queue. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good." Cause you know I streamed that day at 4 p.m. So when 4 p.m. came, we just kind of kept trying it. Kept losing connection. So we said, "Fuck it, we'll just go play some Fortnite, and I'll leave it up on my PlayStation while we stream some Fortnite and shit. So that way, if I do get in, I got in on something." And it took me 3 fucking hours to get in, man. It took me 3 hours of it kicking me out the server to just being in the queue so long that the game was just like, we just like kicked you the fuck out because you've been standing here too goddamn long. I mean, it was crazy. It was literally like RNG if you got in day one. But that's because they got hit with a DDoS attack. They got DDoSed.
I'm sorry. I still think that it
didn't happen.
It was just everyone trying to get in.
Yeah, I think
I don't think it was like a malicious attack. I think it was like everyone trying to get in because they said that, and then we haven't heard anything since. Like, did they find who did it? Who was responsible?
Oh no, they trying because they got DDoS twice. They got DDoS like a week after, maybe like that game came out on a Tuesday. I think that Friday morning they got DDoSed again.
No.
And it was like a very short period of time. It was like an hour, if that.
If someone's out there DDoSing Overwatch, they need to chill the fuck out. Like, cause
no, you know, Overwatch got a crazy ass community. You seen it if you played them unranked matches, man. Them motherfuckers are sweaty and everything. But when we finally got in the game, I mean, we played a couple of matches. We had a great time. Again, I'm gonna start this off by saying one thing, and this applies to pretty much this Modern Warfare 2. I believe there's another multiplayer game that's coming out this year. No, that's it. Unless you want to count Pokemon, but that doesn't really count.
I don't know. Open world, 4-player co-op. That seems pretty fucking dope.
It counts, but I'm not gonna count it. Just for what I'm looking for right now, is a squad game. I'm looking for a game that I can run up with all my friends, regardless of what platform. And that's just what I'm looking for. That's what I've been looking for since Halo Infinite came out. Like Halo Infinite, cross-play between the Xbox, PC. So that did it enough for me. But again, we already know where that game went. We ain't going there with that. We know what happened. That shit let me down.
We'll see when Forge comes out if it's worth returning to. But yeah.
I've been looking for a squad game for a while, like something we can all just like literally just play. Like it does not matter where you're at. what platform you're on, because as you know, I've been playing Apex um like 10 months straight. Like I started like consistently streaming Apex back in like January, or I believe it was like I believe it was fucking, what is that? Like February. Like I was streaming it like consistently. Like consistently. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not that I hate that game. I went on a little rant maybe a couple weekends ago of like the things that this game or Apex does wrong that
Mm-hmm.
kind of upsets me and annoys me and just kind of takes me out of it sometimes. But I'm gonna always have love for that game just because I do, as much as I complain about it, enjoy the skill gap. But the problem with Apex is it's a 3-player game. You know what I mean, I'm looking for something with a bigger capacity that I can mob with. I can play with all my friends. We can go crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at Modern Warfare 2 and I'm looking at Overwatch 2. And Overwatch 2 definitely brought them vibes, though. It definitely brought them squad goal vibes. I mean, we were all mobbing on that shit, having a good time, laughing. It's 5v5 now. Uh, so it's one less person, but
Mm-hmm.
still, it's still a good party size where um, you get to fuck around with your friends. And I think the custom games hold 10. So you can get like some nice little games going. I mean, Overwatch 2 tournament coming soon in the Discord, maybe, who knows. But because I'm just talking about everything here, but it's relevant. It's relevant, trust me. You know what I mean? Looking for a squad game. This is definitely a good squad game. It's on every fucking thing. And it runs good on everything. I played it on the Switch. It runs good on the Switch. I primarily play it on PC. Um, Runs great on PC. It doesn't make my PC go burr or anything like that, like Warzone does. It's very safe on the CPU, safe on the system itself. I played it on PS5, very smooth. Solid game. I can't deny it. Like it's the only problem that I probably have is it's not Overwatch 2, it's Overwatch 1.3. It is literally a store update. Is a massive store update. So if you played Overwatch 1, you know Overwatch 1 was a $60 game with loot boxes. And people hated that shit. They hated that shit so much that with Overwatch 2, they're like, okay, we gotta change the formula. Um, let's do what Halo Infinite is doing. Let's just lock everything to the battle pass. All progression goes to the battle pass. There's no leveling up anymore. There's no nothing. You don't get loot boxes. You don't get any progression for just matches or anything like that. You have to do challenges. Well, I think you do get them for like wins and shit like that. Um, but yeah, everything is just like Halo Infinite, tied to the battle pass, which is automatically a strike on it, because that is not acceptable. That's not progression. Yeah, that's not progression at all. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a massive store update, just like the title of this podcast. I mean, it's the same game with a new name, but it's not what you think it is. Overwatch 2, the premise of Overwatch 2 was that it was supposed to have a PvE mode, which isn't coming out until next year. So they essentially just took away Overwatch 1 for the people that enjoyed Overwatch 1 and just gave you Overwatch 2 early without the PvE shit. Um,
I would hate to argue, but like the PVE shit doesn't seem like I don't know. I feel like that won't justify it still as a sequel. Like its content,
nah,
but
hell
you
no. People are
or
looking forward to
DLC.
that content. Yeah, people are looking forward to that shit. I just think um, people need to chill the fuck out a little bit. Like, I think people are very critical of this game. Like, very, very critical in this game. I support every move they made besides the progression. Everything they've done is dope. Making it open, free to play.
Mm.
This is like the one game that I actually don't mind being free to play. Um, it's cross progression, cross save. A lot of people didn't like the 5v5. I like 5v5 a lot.
I
I
think
think
5v5 is
5v5
fine.
is I think it's a lot better than that 6v6 shit because 6v6 just had that problem of every game was the same game at a certain point. It was 2 tanks, 2 damage, 2 support. Now it's like when you got one less role, it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Because I roll queue now. I don't really open queue as much, even though I do enjoy open queue for the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Roll queue is a lot more safe on my mental. You know what I mean?
Is
Because you
it?
get a yeah, you get a
It's
lot
hella
more.
toxic in roll queue.
I mean, I just like the fact that it's just one tank and it's like four whatever else. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because the thing that annoys me about open queue is it can literally be like we went up against a team the other day. They tried to steamroll us at first and ran literally 5 fucking tanks.
God damn.
They rolled 5 fucking tanks. But when they couldn't get past us, that's when they brought out the regular team composition. They're like, all right, 2 tanks will do 2 damage in a Lucio, but we still crush the shit out because at that point, you already failed to cap the objective. I'm Diva, I'm sitting on that bitch. You're not getting it.
Did
You know what I
they
mean?
they ever it's called fix
Nerfer.
Bastion?
Yeah, he's back. He just update came out yesterday along with the Halloween shit. He's back.
Okay.
He back. He back. He back. He back. He back. Yeah.
'Cause apparently he was just unlimited ammo
Yeah,
on his
he's
ult.
fucked up. He's fucked up. But overall, game is dope. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I got probably like no lie, like probably like 30 hours in that game already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm almost like tier 50 on the battle pass. So I'm running that up and I'm having a good time. It's taking me away from Apex, which again, like not saying I don't like Apex anymore. It's just I just needed a break from that shit. I needed a
Yeah.
break from that toxic ass game and the shit that it does. But we'll talk about that a little bit later in the podcast. Don't worry. Because we always gotta talk about Apex. But Overwatch 2, I like it. The shop shit pisses me off. The skins are way over fucking priced,
I
dog.
mean, there's a Junker skin, um, a skin for Junker Queen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like $20, and she just gets a brown shirt and some fishnets.
Dog, I'm trying to tell you, the skins are the skins are borderline like fucking like 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 egregious, dog. Y'all out of pocket. Because I actually do want to spend money in this game. I bought the battle pass. You know, I want to buy, at some point skins for characters that I enjoy playing. But I'm
Yeah,
not dropping $20 on these.
it's called a Wastelander. It's just her wearing leather armor, and
Yeah, man.
it's no different from her regular skin.
Yeah, they gotta get this shit together. But other than that, like solid game. The launch was a little fucked, but we're past that. Now we're just hopping in and enjoying the game and having fun. Um, I still don't excuse that jank ass launch, but it is what it is.
And what do you think of the whole? They were trying to do the what's it called? Uh, verification with the
Oh
phones.
yeah, I apparently that's the way of the future because this game called Super People was the first game to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people were like kind of skeptical of it because it's a Chinese game. And I'm not gonna say any more on that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't need the People's Republic. Knocking at my motherfucking door. But when China asks for your number, I mean, I don't know, dog. Like, you know what I mean? But uh, yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's a step in a good direction. I think a lot of games are gonna do it. No lie. I think I think Modern Warfare 2 is gonna adapt to it.
Yeah, but
Um,
it is doing it.
yeah, they're doing it. Um, uh, a lot of shit's just gonna do it at this point because smurfing and cheating is a real thing with these
Yeah, that's just
games,
annoying, but like,
and
I don't
that
know.
that's a good countermeasure. But at the same time, it is a bar for a lot of people who just want to play the game and do the right thing, because Overwatch 2 requires you to have a real phone number, not a prepaid phone number. I don't even think you can use a landline. I think you need a fucking phone number, like a phone number, like Verizon, T-Mobile phone number, like AT&T phone number. You know what I mean? So I know that was like a bar for a lot of people that was upsetting, and it's upsetting for me too,
Mm.
because I don't have a prepaid phone, but I want everybody to be able to play the game and shit like that. But I think that's just the direction we're going into, and I welcome it because, like I said, smurfing, cheating is a real fucking thing in these games, and any way to counter it, I'm down for it because I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? I just want to have fun. There's a rumor that when Apex gets cross progression, which they've now pushed into next year at this point, they will require EA will require your phone number. So
Phone number, credit card info, social
yeah,
security
so
number.
like I said, I don't mind it. Like I said, it keeps the cheaters out. That's cool. That's cool. I know Valorant said they're about to start doing it. Well, Riot is gonna start doing it, where they're gonna require a phone number because their cheating is out of
Mm.
fucking pocket. I mean, on their games. So it is what it is, dog. But overall, man, Overwatch 2 is essentially just Overwatch 1.3. It's a massive store update. It's the same game. They've changed characters to fit the 5v5 style. And it's a lot of fun because I can just play with literally anybody. I was playing with my boy who only plays on Switch, only has a
Mm-hmm.
Switch, and we had a great time.
Yeah,
And he had no issues playing it because the game runs fairly good on Nintendo Switch. So
it's not one of those graphically
yeah,
intense
it's
games. So
not. It's not. But dope game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The team composition is my favorite part. Like just kind of figuring out, okay, this team has this, that, and the third, working the counters, stuff like that. I really, really miss that in games. Apex kind of sports that sometimes, but Apex is really about who has the best movement and has the better aim, and moreover the abilities
I
sometimes.
just uninstalled Apex because I like the other day I was like I realized I haven't played it in months, and I was
That's
like,
crazy.
it's not crazy because if you don't play a game,
You just yeah.
it's like why do I have it on here? It's 70 gigs, so I'm like,
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a
I can
lot.
make space for other shit that I want to play.
Yeah, I've taken a 2 week break from Apex just because I felt myself getting burnt out from it. You know what I mean, and I'm glad we're finally here. Overwatch 2, Modern Warfare 2 on Friday. We can kind of spice these
Oh yeah,
fucking
that's
Friday night
also
fights
reason
up.
number two. I uninstalled it. I was like, I don't know how much space I'm gonna need for multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when Warzone 2 comes out, it's gonna be
Apparently,
wrapped.
Warzone 2 files are downloaded into Modern Warfare 2. So
Yeah,
you
that's
damn near have half of Warzone 2 in the files already. So
well,
it's not
that's
gonna be that
good.
much more. Yeah. I was thoroughly happy about that. So I might play Warzone on PS5. I might just play it all on PS5. Um, but yeah, that's what I think about Overwatch. Eknight, I'm gonna pass it over to you. You know what I mean? Let us know how you feel, man.
But what about Overwatch? It's pretty much the same. Like it's I don't hate it, but I don't like necessarily love it. I wish there was a better way to progress to earn skins. But
Mhm.
at the same time, they went free to play for a reason. They want that free to play money.
Yeah, that free to play money serious, dog. That free to play money is fucking serious, and I think they saw a good opportunity. Like it wasn't free to play just because You know, they nah. But before we get into this, again, I answered the question when I did my little mini review. Um, I said, you know, I want to spend money. I want to spend money. I do want to spend money. I'm having fun. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun in the game. You know what I mean? It's very accessible. I enjoy that part of it. I want to spend money in it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? What about you, man? Do you see
I
yourself, you
want to
know?
spend money on things like Overwatch 2. Once I get my skins migrated over, I don't know if I'll spend money or not like that. And it's mainly because the way I'm looking at it now, all these skins here, kind of mediocre.
Yeah, season one skins always suck, dog.
Yeah.
They
It's just
always
like,
suck. Like skins didn't get good in fucking Apex till season four. So, and I wasn't even playing then. It's just that's what I hear across the board is like season four was like the best season of Apex because they just overhauled everything. You know what I mean? I think that's when Octane season one, season two's Watson, season three was Revenant, season four was Loba. So yeah, that was definitely a good season. Loba was a good season. But yeah, man, how you feel
I
about?
feel like it's going to be a great game to play every so often as like a community game. It's not
Mhm.
like a game I see myself diving very heavily into. Like
Okay,
I'll play it when I'm bored. I'll play it when my friends like, "Hey, you want to play Overwatch?" I'll be like, "Yeah, let's play Overwatch."
yeah, I think that's where I stand with it. It's just something to kind of refresh my palate when I'm just like,
It's
okay,
free to play. It's
yeah,
smooth. The new
mhm,
like that is the one thing. It's not exactly the same game. They updated the engine so it runs better now.
it
Like
definitely runs better. They fit
if
the
you
the
if
the
you have the
characters.
space for it,
Yeah, and I don't even think it's that much space neither. I think it's like 30 something gigs.
it's not even that big.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yep.
I'm like bummer on is that this game has the opportunity to show us how it's done with PvE events for free to play games, and instead they're going to charge us money for the campaign. And which, you know, I get, but at the same time,
Well, the
it's like,
Halloween PvE event is out right
yeah,
now. You can play that, which we'll probably end up streaming that tomorrow since I beat Resident Evil. Um,
but that's like that's an event. Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about like content. Like, you know how I was like, for Halo Infinite, they could do Spartan Ops and shit.
yeah, yeah. This is what I wanted to ask you. How you feel about the new Overwatch characters? How you feel about the new heroes?
The new heroes, I like
Yes,
Sobearn, or whatever her name is, the
Sojourn.
slidey
Yeah,
bitch. She's
yeah. I
cool.
like I like her a lot. That's
She's a lot
probably
of
my,
fun to
my
play.
favorite damage character right now.
There's some heroes in here that I haven't played since the first one because I stopped after I think Brigitte when she dropped.
Yeah, I think that's where everybody kind of fell
But you
off
know
at.
me, I'm a diehard Reinhardt main. I actually like playing Moira as a support because you get to be both DPS and a healer, and
Yeah,
a lot
Moira's
of people
fucking
don't know how
broken.
to play her, and
Yeah,
it's
she's
like
fucking broken, man.
they get upset when they see you. I've outdamaged DPSs, which it should not happen.
Yeah,
Like, it's kind of funny how that works, but
yeah, man. I like the new characters. So there's two new characters. There's Kiriko, which is in the
there's
battle
three:
pass.
Sovereign,
Three.
Kiriko, and Junker Queen.
Junker Queen, that's right. I always forget about Junker Queen because I just don't.
Junker Queen, I like. She's just
I
like,
like her, but I just don't play her like that.
yeah,
Like if I'm gonna play a tank, I'm gonna play a tank with a lot of health, and I think her health is like 400 or
she's
something
more
like
of
that.
just a tanky DPS.
Yeah, shit, you keep her alive like you link with a fucking Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
She can do some fucking damage, but other than that, we diva main over here, man. We diva main. You know what I mean? We tank diva main. Arissa's cool too. I play her. But Kiriko's cool. She got kind of like a learning curve to her that it takes a second to kind of learn. But when you
Hmm.
learn it, it's pretty fun because she is also another like kind of like Mora type character where she can really dish out some damage. If you hit your shots with your shurikens, you can fuck some shit up, dog. Like you can fuck some shit up. I mean, especially if you land like headshots, like you can fuck some shit up. But she's a support character. She can heal, and throw shurikens and shit. And she can hit um um allies with an immortality bomb, which will block damage for 1 second. So you can literally save like a teammate from, like an instant kill hit or something like an alt or a reaper or something like that. You just stand in front of a diva for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I don't
what
know.
that's how I kill my reapers. I let them do a little die, die, die. The whole time I'm just blocking that shit with my little shield thing as diva, and they don't know it. And then as soon as they're done alting, it's just pew 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 pew. You're dead. Get off my point. But yeah, Kiriko's cool. Sojourn is fun. She got a slide cancel ability, which is dope.
Yeah, that's the only reason you really like.
Yeah, she's fun. Like she's actually fun to play. Like I struggle with a lot of the damage characters. Like I play Ash.
I like
Um, I
Ash.
I
Ash
play
is dope.
Pharah a lot because Pharah is just kind of easy.
Or
You
I
just
only
jump in the
like in like
sky and hit
certain
people.
maps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Who else do I play? Damage wise, um, I want to try to master Hanzo. That's gonna be one of my
I just want to be
goals.
decent with Hanzo. I don't
Yeah,
actually.
I want to master Hanzo because like you become a good Hanzo main. It's like fuck, bro. Like you hold on the team by yourself, dog. Like
Yeah.
yeah, Hanzo players. McCree's dope. I play a lot of
You
McCree.
mean Cassidy?
Oh, my fault. Cole Cassidy, my fault. Arthur Morgan.
You
Um,
should just call him Arthur Morgan. Yeah, because
that's
the
what I
whole
call
name
him on
change,
stream all the
name
time.
change John fucks me up all the time. So
Yeah. Who else do I play? Support wise, I play Mercy because I forgot I was like a Mercy main in Overwatch 1. I like totally forgot. Like I was literally like a Widowmaker um, Mercy main in the first game. So I play a lot of Mercy. There's another support character I be trying to play. That Moira bitch, I be trying to play her. Anna's fun. The characters are just fun. Like you have a fun time, like just rotating the characters. Like you know what I mean, like when I'm not trying to play like super sweaty and just like have fun, like, I just try like different characters. Baptiste is cool. Game's dope, dog. Like I'm just gonna tell you right now, if I had to give it a score, 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it like a solid like 8, just because it's fun. Just because it's fun. I'm gonna knock 2 points off because of the store update. Just because I think that's like a bogus ass way to go free to play. And then you copy Halo Infinite's progression, which we don't like that over
okay,
here.
but at least they had the match XP, and there's not a beta for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
But
had that
still,
out the
man.
gate.
Still, man. Everything is locked behind that battle pass. Like you ain't if you don't buy that battle pass, you ain't unlocking a lot of shit. But
That's
but to
true.
be fair, Overwatch to me is probably the game I care the least amount about cosmetics. And I don't know why. Because the
It's because
cosmetics in Overwatch are fire. So it's just like
I guess it's because when it came out, we didn't really have. I feel like if it came out with like an actual like story campaign when it dropped, the first one dropped or the original dropped,
yeah.
instead of it just being cinematics on a movie, like
We
I
would
feel
care
like
more.
yeah, we would care more because like
Yeah.
like I care more about Halo because there is a campaign, and I care more about Call of Duty
Yeah.
because there was a campaign.
Yeah. I care about the cosmetics in those games because They
I don't really care
especially in
about
Halo.
COD cosmetics
I,
though.
I care about Halo cosmetics to the max. Like, you want to look cool like that. That is the main thing about Halo. Is you want to drop in that lobby and be like, damn, look at that Spartan. I mean, same thing with Call of Duty. You want to be like, oh, look at this man's swag. Look at his gun. But with Overwatch, I really don't care like what my character looks like. I just kind of don't.
That's because they
Apex,
all
I
look.
care.
You know why? You know why? Because they're all heroes, and their looks are gonna vary depending on who you play. So
That's
you care
true.
more about that
That's
individual hero than you do across the board.
No, that's true. That's true. That's
Whereas
true.
in like Halo or Call of Duty, that's like just a generic soldier person,
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right.
so you can customize that as much as you want.
Yeah. I think game solid though. Like I said, you want to play with us one time? Join the Discord. Come have some fun with us, man. We run that game up pretty goddamn often. We got a nice little community of people who play that game. So a very healthy community play Overwatch. And like I said, it's on everything. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. It's technically on your phone if you have a fucking Xbox account because you can just stream it from the XCloud thing. So
The
yeah,
Xbox, the X Cloud.
yeah, man. So that's it. That's it for Overwatch. Don't buy no skins. I just think right now I wouldn't buy any skins. That's my only thing going forward. Like just don't buy anything besides the battle pass. It's not worth it yet. But that's it, man, for Overwatch, man. That's it. Let's move on to the next. All right, we're about an hour in. Let's talk about that Modern Warfare 2 campaign, man. So the thing that I actually really, really liked about this Call of Duty before it even officially fully came out is that they actually dropped the campaign a week before the multiplayer. And I like that because I'm actually one of those weirdos that like to play the Call of Duty campaigns. I like to play them. But it's kind of hard to do when the game drops and all of your friends are like, yo, run it up on me, with me on search or domination or TDM. Now I don't have to worry about none of that. I done beat the campaign already. It's out the way. We mobbing on motherfucking multiplayer from now on out. I really like that. It was corny how they locked it behind the pre-orders, but in its defense, and you won't see me do this a lot with Activision, in their defense, the people who are pre-ordering Call of Duty are probably the people that care about campaign the most. Because they announced the campaign shit that you're gonna get the early access to the campaign maybe like a month or two ago. So it's just kind of like at first it was just you got beta access, and then they were just like, all right, we're just gonna give beta access to everybody. So they made it just all right. The campaign will lock it a week early. You get to play it a week early, so it's just like not that big of a deal. Number one, and two, like I said, if the people who are pre-ordering this game, they fucking care about the goddamn campaign. They care about it. Like they care about it even before they announce you're getting the campaign early. So, my thoughts on the campaign. It's gonna be spoiler free because the game ain't even officially out yet. So I don't even really feel comfortable talking about it. I don't want to spoil anybody's expectations going in because I know a lot of people got the game physical, so they have to wait until Friday. You know what I mean?
To play the campaign.
Yeah, because they got it physically.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, that sucks.
Spoiler-free review of the campaign. What you see from IGN and GameSpot and all them. Well, GameSpot gave it like an 8. They said the campaign the story was really good. I'm actually have to side with fucking IGN for once. I think the story is the wackest part of this game's campaign. I don't think it filled up to the shoes of Modern Warfare 1's campaign at all. Like story-wise, like the story that it set. Because the way I went into this, I thought it was just gonna be some different shit. You know what I mean? Like, they talked
Yeah,
about like Mexican cartels and like the trailers and shit. So it was like, okay,
Mexican
are
special
we gonna be
forces.
dealing with terrorists,
Terrorists.
terrorists that are trying to get into America and do all this wild shit in America? Like, is that gonna be the story? Like, if so, that's kind of dope. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave that up to your imagination what they do, but um the story's kind of lackluster, dog. It doesn't fill up the shoes of even the original Modern Warfare 2. Like, I thought the
So
stakes in the original were super high, where this
the
game's is kind of
the
doesn't make any
original
sense.
the original, and this is probably why a lot of people, I would say a lot of people. I read the comments on the IGN review, and I don't think it's gonna be a lot of people, so maybe just a select few. But fucking, this is why I feel like the game is probably gonna be judged unfairly. Is mainly because of the Modern Warfare 2 tag.
Exactly.
They were trying to
Exactly.
go for something more realistic, and unfortunately you reused the same characters for this franchise to make it what, canon?
Yeah, and the same plot, damn near.
Yeah,
Cause that's my biggest
that's
pet
if you
peeve.
played OG, you've played this game, and I still feel like the OG is better, both in story and gameplay, like gameplay missions, I should say. Like,
I am gonna have to disagree there because that's
that's
what I was
fine.
talking. I was talking to Rambo about that. I feel like because I put out a tweet saying like, "Yo, I think this is like the best Call of Duty campaign we've ever gotten," and it's not because of the story. It is literally those missions are very fucking fun, dog. Like I feel like even now, like back in the day, like those Call of Duty campaigns used to be so good. It's like you just like run through them again, like just on some like board shit. I can see me doing that with this campaign, and not for the story, just because of how well crafted the missions are. Like that ghillie suit mission dog is like one of the best Call of Duty missions we've
I
ever
might have to
gotten.
disagree with that one too.
That shit was fire, bro. That shit was fire,
Oh,
dog.
OG COD did it better.
Nah,
Yes.
nah.
Yes.
Even me and
Yes.
Rambo said like, nah,
No, no,
dog.
no, no. No, I don't agree because, quite frankly, you go through the same tropes as that OG mission in the very beginning of it, and then it turns into like a giant open world
Yeah,
sniper mission.
that
And
shit was
I think,
fire.
listen, and I think that's great and all, but the intensity isn't there. Like, there is no intensity in that shit. The tension where you're crawling around in the
We're gonna
OG
have to
mission.
dial it. Yeah, let's dial it down here. We getting a little
I'm just saying
spoiler.
it's not really a spoiler. I'm talking about gameplay mechanics for the most
Yeah,
part. I literally would crawl next to. What difficulty did you play, by the way?
regular.
I played it on hardened.
Okay. Now I'm
So
going for realism next, and our realism is just
first
fucking
of all, the
crazy.
AI in this game, I don't know why they put out a trailer bragging about their AI being good.
That's for the multiplayer. You can tell in the campaign
That
it's the
it's not really.
same.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
the
same
same
old
shit.
Call of Duty. I don't know why. Whatever. Anyway, dude, I would get to a point in that game where you have to sneak past this narrow place to get to this certain location. You might know what I'm talking about. Um, and the dudes would just stop and they would just auto lock on you and then walk up to you.
Mm-mm.
Like, they knew you were there, and then it just took them an hour and a half to realize that you were there. Like, they didn't keep going. They didn't, like,
Is that the nighttime mission?
it's not even a nighttime mission.
Which one
It's
is
like
that?
midday. It's a sniper mission.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's like one of the things I had the issue with was that the AI would not really do what it was intended to do, which is like in that scenario there he's like the description is like you move slightly, if you move too much they see you, but like I wasn't moving at all and they still spotted me. He's like hide in the long grass, but there's no fucking long grass anywhere.
Probably,
So
they probably stepped on you.
no, it wasn't even that. Like he was like I was staring at him and he's like 5 feet away from me, and he's just looking.
Weird.
And then you see that little triangle dot thing at the top of the
Oh
compass, and
yeah.
it's gradually getting
I
more red.
I know which part you're talking
and
about.
I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm
no,
supposed
no, the same thing happened to me, but that's because of they're actively searching for you at that point. They're like actively searching for you. I mean,
to like
that's when you're like
that's
running up on the building, right?
yeah, no, it's like when you're running up on the thing next to the ocean.
Yeah, they did that on purpose when they get out the vans and shit.
Yeah, but it's like I was already way past where they stopped.
I think that's a story thing though. I think they're actively looking for you, like they know, like, all right, there's somebody there.
The problem is that you're going off of what the price is telling you what to do on how to proceed, and he's like, stealth is our best option. So I'm gonna go into prone.
I dropped all them niggas. So I dropped all.
I mean, you
niggas.
were also playing on regular, and I was playing on hard, and it was like a full clip just to take out a dude with armor. So,
yeah, that shit.
So like
that shit's annoying. But
there was also a bunch of bugs I had to deal with, especially during the final mission the final mission. That shit was annoying.
Final mission was pretty good.
I don't get what the crafting mechanic was for.
That was dope. That was like my favorite part.
I don't get. So like I wanted it. I don't know why they implemented it like halfway through the game.
Yeah, like halfway through.
This is what I have an issue with. Why I like some campaigns from Call of Duty, the OG Call of Duty, because their mechanics are consistent like throughout the entirety of the campaign.
That's true.
This game is like, oh, we wanted to try this in this mission, and then in this mission you're doing Halo shit and jacking cars, like,
yeah.
But you never do that again.
Yeah.
For the rest of the game.
Yeah, that was a fun mission too. Dog, the missions were just good.
It was
the story
fun.
Sucked, Dick.
It was fun until you realized that you were on an infinite loops. There was a lot of people had bugs where for that mission where it was like you were driving for an hour to catch up to the convoy, and it wasn't getting you. Like, it was weird. It was like you're on a fucking treadmill.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get that issue, but
I was literally on that mission for like 2 hours driving, and it felt like forever before I caught up to the convoy. I was like, it was like that far behind. I will note that mission's cool for the helicopter part.
Yeah,
like,
that was fun.
That was dope. I like that. But I feel like there's not enough of those moments, and it's more,
There's a lot of those moments. I think my biggest gripe with the campaign was that they kind of just played it safe and followed the Modern Warfare 2 format a little too close, if you know what I'm talking about.
They followed the same story as the OG.
Yeah,
and I wasn't feeling it. And the characters, I feel like, are worse. Like, that's my one of the funnest, like, parts of the OG Modern Warfare campaigns. Every single character was fucking insane, and they were fucking great. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, it's more realistic this way." And this version of this character, he's just a little bit more clever. Now I was like, "No, dude, he's a politician now." Like, the other one got his hands dirty. Like, he was a whole villain.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then the twist, man. The twist is not. It's not.
Hated it.
Yeah, I hated it because nobody died.
Hated it.
I hated it because nobody died, and it felt like someone fan fiction wanted to save a certain character, and I'm like, you're serious right now?
Yeah, they want to save him for. See, I think that's the thing. I think Modern Warfare 3s, whenever that comes out, if we do get a Modern Warfare 3, that's if we do, which we probably will. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna spoil it, but we probably will. I think the stakes are gonna be even higher, but I thought the stakes for this were gonna be just like insane, and I think that's like the thing that kind of let me down.
The stakes for this were high. It just wasn't like
those stakes were
fucking
was
drawn out. It was
drawn out.
It
was like all right. This isn't even a spoiler because the trailers tell it. You're trying to find this guy, this dude Hassan. You know what I mean, he crosses the border And he has nuclear weapons. He has missiles. He has these 3 missiles that he somehow got.
Like I liked the whole part where you're in Mexico, but I did not really like how long it was.
Love that shit. I wish the whole game took place there instead of like my problem with it was like how you said it's all like too drawn out. Like there's just too much back and forth. Like there's a part where mild, not even mild spoilers here. Like there's a part where you finally get to the bad guy, but it's so early in the game, and he stays the bad guy for the rest of the game because you can't do nothing to fuck about it. Like it's just like why did we go through all of this to do this if we couldn't do anything to fuck about it?
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of it is like you don't resolve. OG Modern Warfare 2 resolved a lot of the shit in that game and
Yeah,
had a cliffhanger.
yeah. Shepard
Like,
got his shit handled in the first game in Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean? We found out Makarov was the bad guy. There was so many
yeah, but
things.
Makarov was also in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not. He gets a mention. Bro, this is why I said we need to have a spoiler section because like I want to talk about this shit now.
Nah, we could talk about it on the next one. Trust me, because
That's like 4 weeks from now.
I want to allow people to like really play this shit because I do think
all I'm gonna say, if you like the OG COD campaigns like I do, I don't think you're gonna like this that much. You might like it for the realism, but for the most part, it's kind of I think it's deserved of this 6 out of 10, like 7 at the highest.
Yeah. That's what I would say. I agree, but I will say gameplay
wise, it does a couple new innovative things, but it's one of those things where it's like more gimmicky than throughout the game. Like if they had the whole vehicle thing throughout the game, I'd be like, all right, this is pretty dope. If they had the crafting thing in more than one mission, like 2 missions, I'd be like, all right, this is pretty dope. And like there's also destruction, but it's only in that one mission where you fight the dude in the thing, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Like that's the
was
shit
corny.
that bothers
That was corny
me
within itself. Like that was the corniest shit.
That was one of the worst fights I've had to do in a long time. It would have been cooler if it wasn't in like a really, first of all AI spawning in too was fucking annoying. Like they would spawn behind you. Yeah. And that shit pissed me off because I'm playing on hard and this is unfair. Like these dudes are jacked out on armor.